Despite countless in-depth traits and mental features of the INFJ personality type, it's not easy to notice one of these rare creatures from the outside looking in. So, how do you know if you've come across an INFJ woman? Besides their inner traits, what about them is noticeable from an outer perspective? Welcome back, psychos. Before we get into it, we'd love it if you liked and subscribed to our channel, as well as to click the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into it, starting with number 1. Intense independence. There's nothing different about the INFJ woman in comparison to the INFJ man when it comes to the independence this personality type craves. INFJs march to the beat of their own drum with little focus on how others perceive their seemingly eccentric approach to life. They love their alone time and can surely live a happy life without having many people around. In fact, it's in asking the INFJ woman what they did over the weekend, or what they're planning on doing once they get home from work that will tell it all. They will have specific goals of relaxation and self-betterment that override nearly all desire for external interactions and stimuli. They prefer to work on their own, work out on their own, live on their own, and even tend to feel more compelled to pick up solo-based hobbies. They quickly get over the unnecessary embarrassment that some people feel when doing things independently, and learn to love being in the presence of nobody but themselves. Plus, with introverted thinking as their tertiary function, the INFJ woman has a difficult time relying on others and tends to accomplish things on their own terms by being their own bosses in life. Number 2. The use of metaphorical and figurative explanations. The INFJ woman is most intriguing when caught on a subject they feel compelled to explain in depth. Whether it's surrounding one of their many philosophical viewpoints or offering up some of their complex advice, it's in their verbal cues that the INFJ woman is deciphered. Rooted in their introverted intuitive function, the INFJ woman is called to seek the deeper meaning of things. However, with verbal communication being far from their strong suit, their findings and conclusions aren't exactly so easy to communicate to others. They tend to use a lot of figurative language and metaphorical comparisons in an attempt to put their mind's work into words easy enough for other people to understand. When explaining something they're passionate about, the introspective INFJ woman may pause, look elsewhere, or stumble in an attempt to find the right words to use without losing their listener for seeming unnecessarily spiritual or off-topic. You can expect transition words such as like and to litter their speech as they strive to express themselves as coherently as possible. And with the right patience, their ideas are usually worth sticking around for. Number 3. You'll catch them looking lost in deep thought. If there's one dead giveaway of spotting an INFJ woman, it's their unique expression of looking lost and confused while also seeming completely tuned in and actively observant. Thanks to the interesting mix of introverted intuition and extroverted sensing, the INFJ woman is constantly outwardly analyzing while also internally processing at a very deep level. In fact, if others were to be able to take a look inside the brain of the INFJ woman, they would be instantly confused and overwhelmed with just how much is taking place at every given minute. By taking the simplest of concepts and picking them apart, spinning them around and turning them inside out, most people would deem the majority of their thought processes quite pointless. However, it's the only way the INFJ knows how to process the world around them in the level of complexity they prefer. So, if the woman in your group of friends or co-workers often looks lost in thought and outwardly aloof, they're probably an INFJ. And more importantly, there's probably a lot more going on through their minds than expected. Number 4. They'll often agree to disagree. Many expect the INFJ woman to be passive by nature due to not only their perceived self-contained demeanor, but also their deep understandings that allow them to see multiple perspectives. However, it's important to note that although INFJs rarely push their views on others, they hold strong convictions that they will stand by no matter the level of persuasion they're up against. This is especially true when it comes to authenticity and remaining loyal to their morals and principles. While they can logically understand how people came to obtain certain beliefs and are more than happy to hear about the reasonings behind them, the INFJ woman makes it clear in a fun-loving way that they agree to disagree on many topics. This trait may not be apparent when first getting to know them. However, once someone tries to change the strong-willed woman's mind on a topic they care deeply about, they'll see how much confidence the INFJ woman holds in their own convictions. Number 5. They're often met with decision overload. Ask an INFJ woman where they want to go for dinner, and you'll most likely be met with an "I don't know" or an "I don't care." While this may be a dilemma most people go through, for the INFJ woman, they actually do know and do care, but can't bring themselves to the decision-making process that may last the entirety of the night. Furthermore, this goes way beyond the simple decision of what to have for dinner. As an intuitive, the INFJ woman is much more likely to resort to their gut feelings when it comes to making decisions. And so, when a decision or problem-solving challenge has little to do with instinct and rather has a focus on weighing the pros and cons, the INFJ woman isn't exactly in their element as their logical brain takes over. Even so, when this intuitive woman has come to an instinctual conclusion about something, it's easy for them to second-guess and doubt their intuitive findings should someone point out a minor fault in their reasoning. This is when their decision-making process can go from the snap of a finger to a dragged-out, painful process for everyone involved. Number 6. She gets along with just about anyone. The people person who avoids socialization. The INFJ woman has a knack for getting along with just about anyone. With the necessary curiosity and concern for other people, a woman with the INFJ personality type can't help but to utilize their chameleon-like social skills to befriend others on a surface level. In fact, whether it's due to their at-time people-pleasing tendencies or their fear of being seen in a negative light, an INFJ woman will quickly adjust their outer demeanor to closely match those around them. Not only does this give them deeper insights into how people behave and what to expect, but it also allows others to feel more comfortable around them, ultimately leading them to open up to the INFJ. So, despite often being described as the introvert who rather takes the backseat in conversations or is too shy to attend social gatherings altogether, if the setting is right, people may be surprised to spot an INFJ woman being the social butterfly, at least until their social battery runs out. And lastly, number 7. They're not easy to get to know. Speaking of their ability to mesh with all walks of life, ironically, no matter how well the INFJ woman gets along with others, it's extremely rare for them to open up and reveal their true personality. There's a level of reserve the INFJ woman always carries around when it comes to social outings and everyday interactions. In fact, they say the INFJ's level of secrecy is not only beyond that of most other types, but somehow they don't seem like they're holding much back. They have an ease about the way they speak that stops other people from questioning if there's something behind the scenes that they're not willing to share. They rarely voluntarily talk about themselves, and in most cases, people only see the sides of them that are curated for that exact purpose. It takes months and maybe even years of testing, trying, and observing one's character before the INFJ woman even considers letting loose. Luckily, once this reserved woman finds someone they deem worthy and loyal enough of their true self, a bond is formed. A bond that is almost impossible to break. Well, psychos, that's it for today. So, let us know in the comments below if you think these are accurate when it comes to spotting the rare INFJ woman. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a video.